Well, hey there. Happy Monday, you all. Happy Monday, people. It is Monday, May 10th. I don't know how I forgot the day. Monday, May 10th, you all. Can you guys believe the month is like going? The year is going. I can't believe it's May already. Well, hey, great start to their week, and I am going to put this little microphone thing on. Not sure if it makes a difference or whatever when I'm recording, but I've used it on my regular videos most of the times, not all the time, most of the times, and it seemed like it does help or make a difference with the audio of the video. But again, happy Monday, you all. Thank you guys for joining me on this, my third YouTube live video, you guys. I decided that every Monday at 1 p.m. I am going to go live on YouTube and we'll just discuss, whatever health topic, nutrition topic, and whatever else it kind of morphs into, I guess, if you will. But we will try to stick to Monday at 1 p.m. So for those of you guys who follow me, for those of you guys who will be looking at this video, after, it always is kind of weird when I see people do this, you all. It's always kind of weird when I see people get on live videos, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or you here on YouTube. They're like, oh, we're waiting for people to come in or whatever. I mean, if you have a lot of followers and you know that you're going to get a lot of people, yeah, I guess that. But for people like me who, may have 2 or 3 people on these live videos watching, I'm just going to get into it and start a conversation and start talking. If there's one person, there's one person. Because most of who will watch this video will watch it after. I am sure I will not get a lot of people on these live videos, but it's a thing to do. And if there are a couple of people on who you can engage in conversation, last week I think I had 4 people on or whatever, but we had a great conversation and talked about smoothies and just had a great conversation about smoothies in general. So it was a great conversation. I've always said this, even with my regular videos, always say, if I catch one person in all my conversations of nutrition and health and fitness, if it's just one person that I reach, my mission is accomplished. So thank you guys for joining me. If you are here, say hello so I can see you guys, and we'll have a conversation. But as the title you see is, I decided that I was going to get the vaccination. And at first, I guess like everybody else, like most people, at first I was like, I ain't getting that mess. And this was before it actually came out and people started to actually take the vaccination. I was like, I ain't taking this mess. You all go take it. And then I don't have to take it, or, I'm probably better off getting, COVID, or, better off, whatever. But the more and I try to follow science, I just thought it was the best thing for me to do. And for those of you who don't know me, I am actually a hotel general manager. So the fitness and nutrition is a side gig for me, as well as it's my passion. It's my number one passion. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you are here, you guys, please just say hey so I can see you. But the hotel general managers, that's my career. That's what I went to school for. And that's what pays the bills for the most part. Hey Scott, thank you for joining. That's what pays the bills for the most part. So that's there, and I make a decent living doing that. And so I say that to say that I have worked throughout this entire pandemic. I have not, I mean, I have worked the whole time, and probably work harder than I have ever worked. So, I'm constantly around people, not just the people that I work with, but I manage and run a hotel. And who's in a hotel? People. And they come. And I'm in, suburb North Atlanta. My hotel is located directly off of I-75, and people come. People come. So I am around a lot of people all the time. I spend more time at work probably than I do at home. I mean, there was a point when there were weeks before I didn't have a day off, So I worked through the entire pandemic. And as, things start to balance out a little bit, people were coming. I mean, I'm sold out. My hotel is sold out every weekend. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not make every single weekend my hotel is sold out. Hey, Vilanessa. Um, so I am constantly around people. There's and for that first reason, I decided that I should get vaccinated because I did it, or I decided to do it for the people that are around me, not necessarily the guests so much, because we wear a lot of personal protective gears and goggles and gloves, and we have shields up and signs everywhere, or guests wear their mask and social distance, and so many people on the elevator and all of that stuff. So, I'm not really protecting myself from a guest as much, but from the people that I work with. Again, at a hotel, if I'm standing at the desk helping out at the front desk, there's usually one other person there. We have these conversations, skeptical about the vaccine. So let's hear about it, Vilanessa. Let's hear about why you are skeptical. As I go into my reasons of why I decided to do it. But I feel like if I catch COVID, I think I would be okay. That's just what I feel. You can never know unless you catch it, right? But I've felt like, and I could have had it. I don't know. As being healthy and having a strong immune system and all of that good stuff does not prevent COVID. Nothing prevents COVID. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. And because of that reason, again, I know that I could, contract the virus and potentially pass it on to someone else. I've had people of all walks of life. If you've ever been into a hotel, some of the older ladies are housekeepers, and some people who someone may not be the healthiest, or someone may be sick, and there's just different. There's a diverse group of people that work in the hotel business and that work at my hotel: young, old, black, white, Asians, Americans, Europeans. I mean, it's right. So my thing was, I did it for the people that are around me. And as much as I feel like if I caught the virus, that I would be okay, but it's such a contagious virus that I felt like if I have it and I'm a carrier and I'm healthy and I'm okay and I don't really get sick, that I could potentially pass it on to one of my ladies that's older, or one of my gentlemen who. So for that was another reason I decided to get it. Just the rumors, I am not really up and about to spread or catch. And that's fine. That is fine, Vilanessa. If you're not, around people like that, then that's fine. Because for me, maybe if I was in your situation, I probably would decide not to as well, right? Because then the first thing I always say, like, oh, I just go from work to home. I don't really go out. I don't hang out. I don't party like that. And especially, I'm an introvert. And for those of you who may know me, can probably attest to that. I don't hang out with a lot of people. I don't hang around a lot of people. So I'm like, oh, I just go from work to home. So, I don't really need it. But the more I think about it is, when I decided to go get vaccinated, is like I just want to make sure that the people around me, that they are safe. Just as the off chance, I stopped going to the gym. I don't go grocery shopping. I hate grocery shopping. And I'm not really a big shopper like that. But I'm not really out and about like that to get sick. But just the off chance, that I may catch it somehow, I just wanted to make sure that the people that were around me were safe. And I would hate to be the one, as the leader of my hotel, to be the one to take the virus to someone and get them really sick, right? So that's another reason I decided to get the vaccination. And as a leader of people, I just feel like it's the best thing to do, because while I am sitting here saying, oh, I'm healthy, oh, I think I'll be fine, oh, I think I won't catch COVID, and, this and that. There are people around me who I think really need to. Again, we talk about, the older, the older population, our senior citizens, and I have a couple of senior citizens, working with me. I wanted to lead by example. I wanted to say, oh, as the leader of people, I'm not going to be selfish and not get it and potentially get someone sick. Or as a leader of people, I'm just going to let people do what they want to do. Still, people can do what they want to do, but our company, actually, the company I work for, actually encourages people, to get the vaccination. We can't tell anybody, force them to do it. But the industry, that we work in, we encourage people to get it, to, protect each other, and protect themselves, and so, Vilanessa, if you're still here, what are some of the rumors that you have heard? Because I can honestly say I just haven't really heard anything, to me that anything to me that really sticks, right? Anything that I'm saying, okay, yeah, this is something that that one should be, critical or concerned about, or what have you. I really just haven't. Even with the Johnson and Johnson. Even with the Johnson and Johnson vaccination, that just, they were saying, people were getting blood clots from it. There were millions of people who got the vaccination, and I think maybe 5 or 6 women got the blood clot, and I think one person died. And to me, I just find it a little weird and a little hypocritical how some people may say, I don't know. I just think it's weird, because on one hand you're saying, oh, one people could just die from the flu. Yeah, people die from the flu, and they die from the flu every year, and a lot of people die from the flu. But it's the same group of people that I think, in my opinion, should get the vaccination, because you're older and you're have diabetes and high blood pressure, and you have all these other things that could, respiratory issues, and you have asthma, and you're a cancer patient, whatever it is, that could cause you to get really sick. You say, oh, the flu. Yeah, but when you see a vaccination, like, oh, millions of people get the vaccination, and a handful, that's going to happen, I think, right? I think it would be crazy if they came out with a vaccination and no one ever got sick, and they're telling you everybody, millions and millions of people who got this vaccination, no one got sick. I just think that would be the craziest thing ever. I don't know, what do you guys think? I just think that would be weird, right? That would be weird. It's because on one hand we're saying, millions and millions of people catch the flu every year, and people die from the flu, right? And millions and millions of people get vaccinated, and someone may die on the complication of the vaccination. But that's just my opinion, right? Again, I always tell people, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I'm a realist. That's kind of what I call myself. I study nutrition, I study biology, I study health, I study fitness, I study the human body and the way we, operate, and I believe in science. So, that's kind of my, like theory on why I got it. And, I have nieces and nephews, and I totally adore them. I love being around them. I love spending time with them. And, COVID just got us all, shut down and away from people. And, that just bothered me a certain way, even though for me, with my personality, it was fine. Like, y'all can stay in y'all house and I'll stay in my house. That's okay with me. Like, I don't have to go out and, party and all of this stuff. Don't get me wrong. I do. But, I don't have to. I don't have to do these things. So, when they say shut down, it was okay for me. I got up and went to work and went about my business and do my workout in my living room. That was fine with me. But I think it is important that we get vaccinated. Again, that's my opinion. That's just what I feel. And I think the more people that get vaccinated, the quicker, we will kind of get over this, mess. And it's getting better, right? But it took so long for us to get better. And now people are afraid to take the vaccination. But, again, Villainess, if you're still here, I'll just be curious to hear, your opinion and what are some of the rumors that you have heard about the vaccination. So I took my first vaccination, I think it was on April 15th, and I got the Pfizer vaccination. That's the one that I got. And I took the first shot, and I actually was at work, and I left work and went drove to the place. It was like 15 minutes from the job. And how they have it set up where I do it in, North Atlanta, or yeah, I guess North Atlanta, North Georgia, kind of, and the northern suburb of Atlanta is, they have like 10 lanes, and when you first pull up, they have the National Guard there. Just check your ID, and when you make your appointment, actually, first when you make your appointment, they when you make the appointment, they send you a reminder, and you click on a link, and you can download a QR code. So I downloaded the QR code, and I had that when I got there. They scan your code. They have all your information on there to answer these questions. Have you had COVID? Do you have any blood diseases? Do you have any other, complication or anything that could, cause you to have, any adverse reaction or whatever? And you answer all that question. So then when you get there, everything is fine. They check your ID, they check your QR. You go up to the next person, check again, National Guard. You roll up to whoever is administering the shot. You roll down your arm, boom, shot, drive out, go. That's just how it was. And it was like really that easy. And as you're going out, they had a place to say, if you feel like you need to observation, like they have like several lines again. If you feel like you need observation, then you can wait in line. I just completed all my vaccine work, took it in Emerson. That's exactly where I went to, Scott. I went to Emerson. That's exactly where I went. And what do you think about the experience and how they have it set up? Because, what you see on TV is, people coming out and they have to be in the building. I guess most like New York and cities like that don't have probably big open space in those major cities. But, we got a lot of land here in Georgia. So, that process was actually, pretty neat. Did not have to come out of my car. The whole thing took under 10 minutes, and it was very well organized. It is a very professional process run by the National Guard. Totally agree with you, Scott. Totally agree with you. I mean, they did a really good job. And, so when I got my vaccination, I went back to work that day, and I was fine. I haven't had any issues. I had a little bit, I've heard people say they get really sore in their arms. Scott, did you get sore in your arm, after the first shot? And when did you get your second shot? And have you had any symptoms from it? But just slight soreness in my arm. And I think I've mainly when I lifted, and that was like maybe 2 days later, when I lift my arm up, I was like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm human. I do kind of feel something, because I know people who got the shot and right after the shot, they immediately their arm was sore. A coworker of mine had it together, and I think her arm got sore right away. But for me, it took a while. Smartest decision ever made. I am home visiting relatives, and everyone is vaccinated. Perfect. And that's what I'm talking about, Scott. That's exactly what I am talking about. Just being able to spend time with family and friends. Everybody got their vaccination, and you just this burden of, and I'm a germaphobe, and just the burden of having to think like, oh my God, I can't hug the kid. I can't hug the kid because they may have, you worry about all the other things from the kids, but just COVID, or someone may just touch your hand and you're just thinking like, whatever, or someone may sneeze in the air and you're like, don't get me wrong, these are still things you need to be careful of and still protect yourself and wash your hands. All the stuff, the fuss that we make over COVID, we should be doing anyways. Slight routine soreness associated with any shot. Exactly. Yep. And that's how I was for my first one too. I was out and about immediately. Okay. And that the same, Scott? Was that the same thing for your second shot as well? When did you get your second shot? Were you fine? Because we'll talk about that. I've heard, some stories about different stories about people's body react to the second shot. I just want everything to go back to normal. Yes, girl, I'm so ready. And again, I'm not a, be a outer type of person, but I just love being able to go to work and not have to stuff going on, or just be able to go to a matinee or movie or something like that, or go to a concert or something like that. Like, I just want to be able to do all that stuff again. And I personally feel, Vanessa, as soon as we all get vaccinated, I just think the quicker we get vaccinated, the quicker this stuff will go back to normal. That's just how I feel about it. And, I just got to a point where I am a strong person, a strong-willed person. Consider myself pretty tough. The people that are closest to me may not always agree, but, when I'm out there, I'm tough. And, as a leader of people, you have to be strong and resilient, especially in any kind of hospitality industry, because you're hiring people from all different ages, all different ethnicity, all different cultures, all different background, and you have to be tough and resilient, to be able to deal with these people. So I consider myself, but there was one time, Villanessa, where I thought I was just slightly losing it, girl. Like, I just like, every time you turn around, people are dying, and every time you turn around, people are getting sick, and I'm like, the quickest way, again, I'm talking about reasons why I did it. That was just one of those reasons. I'm like, the quickest we all go get freaking vaccinated, the quickest quicker we'll get over this crap. Those not vaccinated are kind of getting called out and have been observing. Yeah. And for me, like, I'm not about, calling people out or saying, oh, I don't feel like I'm better than anybody else because I got vaccinated. I'm not judging. I understand Villanessa's, feelings of thinking like, I was a little nervous about doing it. Again, I consider myself a pretty strong woman. I've gone through a lot of things in life on my own. After I left my parents' home, I left and came across the waters to this country by myself. And, ever since I graduated high school, and you have to be resilient and, all this stuff, a lot of strong women out there, kudos to all the strong women out there. But I got the first shot and I was fine. And even deal, you may not think it is. Second shot weeks ago, all was well. But, I'm not, most of us should. If you have, um, I don't know, something's going on with my connection here. Can you guys still see and hear me? Yeah, so if you have some kind of blood disorder, or, your doctors think you probably should be careful or something like that, but I haven't heard any doctor, number one, tell people that you shouldn't wear a mask. That's some other bullshit. Like, excuse my French, but if another person walk up in my hotel and say, oh, I have some kind of sickness where I can't wear any mask. Ain't no doctor out there telling nobody they can't wear no mask. Put the dang mask on and call it a day, especially if you don't want to get vaccinated. Put yourself when you go around people. I mean, again, you guys, this is my freaking opinion, and the science is there to back it up. Like, it's not just something that I'm, totally making up in my head, here. The science is there to, back it up that wearing the mask does help you prevent you, the spread of COVID. And again, I get up and go to work every day. I guess I have days off here or there, most days a week, but I've worked through the entire pandemic. I haven't had like, oh, I'm on furlough or laid off or unemployment. Or I get up and go to work every single day. And if I had COVID, I didn't know. And the people around me, no. People had a cold and they think that's what they had. They went to the doctor. You have the flu. Tested, negative for COVID. They have people, several people feeling sick. Oh my God, I think I have COVID. Tested negative for COVID. You have a sinus infection or you're developing bronchitis or something like that. Tested. People just get sick because we went through flu season in the middle of a pandemic. So people are going to get sick. But none of us, knock on something, got sick. Like, I don't know how we managed that. Well, I do know how we managed that, right? We managed that by protecting ourselves. And there, if you're standing, just imagine a hotel, any hotel, they're all the same, right? Not all hotels aren't the same, but we're all set up the same. There's one workstation here at the front desk. There's another one here. A lot of times there are two people work in the front desk. I come from the office and come talk to them. I'm standing right here, right? And, as socially distanced as I can for the space that I have. But we all have our mask on. We all have a shield in front of us and the guests. And I think these things help to prevent the spread in just talking about my little bubble, my little bubble to prevent the spread of, COVID. I believe it helps to be fit. Heard it's all life since high school football. You heal faster. My personal trainer view that many people, or my personal view is that many people experience problems, are out of shape. Yeah, and I will have to agree with that too. I mean, I find myself now like trying to kind of censor myself a little bit as I say these things. But because healthy people get sick as well. But, just like you said, Scott, it helps to be healthy. It helps to be, fit. And by fit, I don't just mean in shape, jacked arms, ripped, stomach. It helps to be fit, mentally fit, right? Physically fit, and that includes healthy with your nutrition and your diet and the way that you eat, because we put a lot of effort and we put a lot of focus on exercising, but you can exercise all you want to, especially with something like the COVID virus. If your insides is not well and you don't have a pretty, strong immune system to help you. Speaking on my behalf, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. And, to help you to fight off these foreign invaders, you can work out all you want to, baby. But I'm going to tell you this, that is not going to cut it. It doesn't matter how physically fit you are when it comes to something like COVID, that's out the door. You have to be healthy and strong on the inside. You have to have a diet that consists of anti-inflammatory. That's probably one things that's going to help with any inflammation. You see a lot of people who end up on ventilators when they have COVID, or any other respiratory or bronchial type of infection, or any bacteria or anything like that. Anti-inflammatory. So your diet has to be good. You can go to the gym 20 times a day. I don't know if that's even possible. But you get the point that I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter how much you work out. If your insides is not healthy, then when you get something like COVID or any other type of respiratory type, virus or disease, or something like that, then your body's not going to be able to fight it. A six pack can't fight a virus. That's what I'm telling you now. Jacked biceps is not going to fight a virus. Strong immune system will help you fight a virus. And by strong immune system, I know people probably hear that and think it's like, I don't know, cliche maybe, or like, I don't know, but it's when you eat foods, fresh fruits, whole fresh fruits and vegetables, and by whole foods, I mean foods that's in its natural form, as best as you can get it to its natural form, and you're keeping most of the nutrients in those foods. So when you eat whole, fresh fruits and vegetables, that's going to help boost your immune system. It's going to help to support your cells, your white blood cells, mainly. And those are the things that help to rid your body of free radicals. And free radicals damage your cells, and your cells are not strong enough to fight off any foreign invaders. So, again, you guys, I'm not a scientist, but I do my due diligence. I do my research, and I do it for myself, and I do it for you guys, for anyone who may be watching me or listening to me, anywhere on social media. Do I know it all? I'll be the first to tell you I act like I do, but I'll also be the first to tell you I know that I don't. I don't know it all. But what I do know is that for me, at my age, I'm over 40 years old. I've managed to stay pretty healthy, and I try to give myself a fighting chance to prevent certain, types of diseases, and including the cold virus and, and COVID. I mean, the foods that you eat, like you mentioned, Scott, about being fit on the inside. Your diet is more important than anything else, because again, like I said, ripped arms ain't gonna prevent a cold. Jacked 53 checking in. There you go, Scott. Right. So, I'm sure you have, and you can attest to this, Scott, because you and I have had this conversation. You've taken breaks from, formal exercising, and you're fine. You can take a break from exercising and be okay if it's part of your daily life and your daily routine and whatever. But taking a couple months away from eating healthy, you just probably don't want to do that. Nobody's saying you got to eat healthy every day, but just having a balanced diet, staying active. You don't have to go to the gym every day or whatever. But Scott, I mean, I know you, and I know we've met personally. And at 53, dude, you're killing it. Like some of the things I see you do in the gym, I know 20-year-olds that can't do that stuff in the gym. But your physical strength, but I'm sure your nutrition as well. Because, again, we've had these conversations. You're not sitting around, drinking sodas and eating burgers and, all this other stuff. You pay attention to the things that you eat, but you don't starve yourself. You eat, and you don't deprive yourself, when there may be a time or a moment, or circumstances, or wherever, where you feel like you need to treat yourself. That's okay. You have to do that. But as we talk about giving, and some of these foods that we're talking about too, your ginger and your turmeric and your moringa, and just all healthy fruits and vegetables. This stuff is anti-aging. Ginger and turmeric and moringa, this stuff has anti-aging properties. That doesn't mean it's going to prevent you from getting old, period, but it will slow down the aging process. I know some 40-year-old people, people my age, and I look at them and I'm like, you're how old? And I look at people like you, Scott, I'm like, you're 53. Like, dude, you're killing it. It's the type of food that you put into your body. And these things will help to kind of slow down the aging process a little bit and give your body a fighting chance against, something like COVID. and if you do get it, that you don't end up on a ventilator. And from, all the studies that, I have seen, and, most of the cases that I have heard about, most people who end up in this situation, if they don't have a condition, I'm getting a brain fart here, pre-existing, if they don't have a pre-existing condition, they're usually not fit, like Scott said, not fit on the inside. And they have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, these types of things. And I just think COVID should be a lesson. I think COVID should be a lesson for a lot of people. I think COVID should help us, to be a little bit cleaner. I talk about being a germaphobe and, not really like the hugging and shaking hands or whatever. And even pre-COVID, I always have hand sanitizer on me. Even pre-COVID, I was washing my hand, regularly. I don't, and, even pre-COVID, like I'm not in people's face like this when I'm having a conversation, because I see a spittle come out of your mouth. Pre-COVID, I freak out. Somebody around me who, has a cold or flu, I'm going to try to distance myself from them and not be in their face. And this is all pre-COVID. And I think if nothing else, I just think that should kind of help us become more like that. Like, I just think there's so much that we can learn, from COVID, people having to work at home. A lot of these companies force people to get out in their cars and drive, and emissions and the air and the ozone layer, and like my niece called it, mother nature is just dying from emissions and carbon and all this stuff that we're putting into the air. I get on the interstate in the middle of COVID, and there's like no traffic, and I'm flying going to work, and I'm like, yes, y'all need to stay your butts at home. For what I do, I cannot work at home. Like, I'm in an industry where I'm in a service industry, and there are people coming to my establishment. I can't manage a hotel from home, nor would I want to. I'm not the type of person to work at home. Like, I go to work and I work and I come home, and that's kind of my release, or whatever. But I just think there's a lot that we could learn from COVID, and that's one of them, to be a little bit cleaner. And another one is to that if you can work at home, work at home. And a lot of people change careers in COVID. But there's just a lot of things that I think you could learn. I think the environment just needed a break from us, y'all. The environment just needed a break. The environment just needed a break from, again, not only just the emissions, but us just so much. And even flying, just imagine just all the effects that all this stuff have on, we're constantly on the water, and I don't know. That's just kind of my opinion. But I went and got my second shot today, you guys. Got my second shot today, and again, I got the first one. It was on April 15th, and no symptoms, no issues, nothing like that. So today was the second one, and I did it. It is now 1:39. I did it at 10:30 this morning. Feel fine, arms feel okay, no symptoms or anything like that. But what I will say is that I have had different people just have different reactions, to COVID. And some of the things that I've heard is that healthier people will have a reaction to it. But let me go get some water, you guys. Okay, back. Had to go get water. I haven't really had too much water today. A lot of water. All right, try to. Excuse me. But one of the things that I've heard was that people who are healthier are the people who are really getting the day after, who are the people who are really getting some symptom from COVID, right? And one of the things that I've heard, and I first heard this when I was at work, and a guest came to, said, oh, they've gotten their vaccination, and how you just have casual conversation with them. They were older couple, and I asked them how was their second vaccination, and they were like, oh, we were fine. We were fine, we were healthy, had no symptoms, nothing at all. And I'm like, oh, you guys must be really healthy. And they said to me, well, actually quite the opposite. One have high blood pressure, one have high cholesterol. I think one of them was a cancer patient, recovered, did chemo, all of that. And, both of them had preconditions. I can't think of that word. Pre-existing conditions. So they told me that their doctor said to them that, people who are younger and people who have healthier or fitter, like Scott said, healthier immune system, younger, stronger, healthier immune system are the people who will have the symptoms. So that's what they told me. And I did my research, and I've had several other people said that to me too. So, that's kind of why I have this second shot. I'm like, we'll see, because, I think I have a pretty good immune system. And I think someone asked me once, how do you know you have a good immune system? For those of you who are on here, anyone who's on here, what do you guys think? How do you think or one sign to tell if you have a good immune system? And everybody should, really know this, but, I think I do. For, number one, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Hey, Adrian and Nico. Thank you guys for dropping in as always. I love, 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 love always. I never catch a video, but I always love to go back and watch it, and you guys just kick butt. So thank you guys for, stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing, like really, and just have a personality that just kick ass, and I love that. But for if you're here, and Adrian and Nico, just a quick question, because I know you have to probably leave, or anyone else, Scott or Villanessa, how do you guys know that you have a strong immune system? If you have a strong immune system, or if your immune system need a little bit of work. But again, I feel like, I think because of one reason, my diet mainly, that I probably have a pretty decent immune system, is that that's probably why I have a little bit of concern. And I've heard a couple of my friends who I consider to be, stronger, healthier, fit people, who did have symptoms the second day. Hi, lady. You just got Moderna. Okay. Sue, did you get your second shot yet? Got them. You got both shots. And I know some people who I think are not the healthiest, and they had no symptoms at all. So I was here like, let me do 2 smoothies a day, boost my immune system or whatever. And someone just checked. I think someone here on YouTube just checked me, and they were like, why are you over here boosting your immune system? That may not be the best thing to do, because, the stronger your immune system is, it's strong to fight, right? So it's going to fight whatever is the active ingredients in the second shot. Whatever is the strongest in the second shot, your body's just fighting that. And that's what that guest told me. And I was told that by a physician too. And I think people who had COVID probably more recently, so they have those antibodies. And I know someone who had COVID a couple months ago, and they went and got the shot. And they got, not really sick, but they got kind of sick. Hey, JMJs, Mr. Smoothie Guy. Only symptom I got was the COVID arm, which lasted. Right. Scott said earlier, Sue, is I remember when I was a kid and I got a shot, like, your arm's gonna be sore. For my first one, I slightly felt it, slightly. And then from this one, I did it 10:30, 11:30, 12:31, 3 hours ago, and I feel fine. So how long after you got it did you how long after you got it did you start feeling sore in your arm? Was it right away? Um, we have to wait 4 months in Canada. Oh, okay, 4 months to get your second shot. Yeah, I got my first shot on the 15th, and I got my second one today. So I guess it's like 3 weeks. So yeah, I guess that's a little over 3 weeks or what have you. But yeah, so I will, keep you guys up to date to how I feared. But from I mean, Sue and Scott, you guys are, healthy people from, what I can see. So, we will see how it goes. But I do recall when I got the shot, they asked me if I had any symptoms or whatever. And they're like, oh, you had no symptoms from the first one. You should be fine or whatever. But, just like COVID arm, always a rash. Oh, I just assumed it was the soreness. I never heard the term COVID rash, but when you said it, so I assumed it was the soreness in the arm. I've never heard of the COVID rash. Has anyone, Scott or JMJ? I know both of you guys got it. Did you guys get a rash, or Sue is calling it the COVID arm? First shot, nothing. Second shot, right away. Went home, worked out, and was good. Good for you. Good for you. And I'm gonna work out today. I'm gonna work out. So I mean, you just can't let this. And I got all my vaccinations as a kid, and I didn't die. And negative, right? No rash. Oh, okay. So yeah, is that a thing in Canada, Sue? Is that a thing in Canada, the COVID rash? Honestly, I've never heard it. And when you said it, I just assumed that you meant the sore in the arm, because everyone here gets sore in their arm. And JMJs, which one did you get? The Moderna? And Scott, which did you get? The Pfizer, Scott? Because I know we're up in where we got ours, you and I, Scott, I think it was mainly the Pfizer that they were giving. So I don't know if that's a Moderna thing. Coincidentally, I've been working out during this talk. In weights, time to run stairs and outdoors. Gotta get my ass up and move. All righty. Thank you for hanging out with us, Scott. I totally, totally, totally appreciate it. And see, you can multitask. You can sit in and out and watch this video, Pfizer, and watch this video while you get your workout going. Thank you, Scott. We need to catch up soon. But yeah, so Pfizer. Okay, so I'm curious to hear about this rash. This is actually something new to me. Maybe it's a Canada thing. Sue, I don't know if it's a Canada thing, but I think all of us here, JMJ, Scott, and I, we got the Pfizer. And I don't know if oh, you got Moderna. Oh, okay. Bye, Scott. Thank you. You got Moderna, and that's what Sue got as well. So yeah, I don't know. Again, this just goes to show that different people have different reaction to this whole not just the vaccination, but to COVID. Because I've just heard, first they were saying like runny nose is not a symptom of COVID, or if you have COVID, you're going to have a fever. I've heard of people who have COVID and don't have a fever. I know people who have runny nose and, all this, like sinus or allergy type symptoms, and, and they had COVID. I heard people like, I think there was this actor who just like passed out on stage, no symptoms, nothing before that. Come to find out so it affects different people's, it affects different people's bodies differently. And I think the COVID shot is the same. Really fun chat for sure. Kind of exciting to compare notes. It is, right? It is. Yeah, maybe it is a Canada thing. Maybe because I honestly, so I've never heard about it. Again, I just assumed you were saying, the soreness or whatever. Yeah. So JMJs, did you have JMJs? What's your real name? Did you have any flu-like symptoms at all? Yeah, maybe it is a Canada thing. I don't know, but I find it amazing how, and it's the same thing, kind of off tangent a little bit with exercising, right? I'm a personal trainer, and I very rarely give any two clients unless I'm working out. Um, Negative. Unless I'm working out in a boot camp type setting. So when I have my one-on-one clients, you have to switch up the workouts to suit their body type, their age, their fitness level. And it's the same thing for, someone who may have COVID. You don't know how it's going to affect your body because we're all so different. We're all just so differently. We eat differently. You'd have, like, my sister and I, we grew up together in the same household or whatever, but our physique is slightly different. The way we end up, eat, there's some things that just kind of follow you, but that's just the closest person to me that I can compare to. Our bodies are all different. I felt like if I'm getting a few symptoms, my immune system recognized the vaccine. But I think you missed this, Sue. One of the things that I've been told by physicians, I've been told by people who had symptoms and people who didn't have symptoms, that the people who are actually getting the symptoms are the people who are the strongest. And by that, I mean immune system. So that's one of the things that I've heard, that, not that it will affect, you, but I know that for a fact too, because I know people who are older and elderly who had no symptoms at all. And I know people who are strong and healthy and young, and I know that they're healthy, based on the things that they eat and their lifestyle, and they have symptoms. So, I just think, again, it just all depends. You can never tell how it's, going to affect you. But I mentioned that, earlier, Sue. Hi, Jessica. Thank you so much for joining. I mentioned earlier that, I was just here doing 2, 3 smoothies a day, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna boost my immune system, and got checked real quick and be like, your immune system is strong and it's going to fight, the recognize, like you said, the vaccination, and your immune system is fighting because it's stronger. So that's gonna cause some symptoms. That's kind of what I have heard. I never even had chicken pox growing up, siblings. Oh, so JMJs, did you get the vaccination as a kid? Or yeah, because I mean, I remember I got all the shots. I got mumps, I got measles, I had chicken pox, but I got all the shots. I got every shot. But I still remember getting it, and that's why we're talking about um wow, this isn't the this was wow, isn't that I know, right? Um, Nice to see you guys here. Oh, this is so cool, right? Like, we have you guys all connecting. And I love you. That's what I love YouTube for. Like, the fitness world in YouTube, like, there's what, I don't know, 4 or 5 people on here, and a couple of you guys know each other. I think that's just the coolest thing ever. So Jessica, we're talking about the COVID vaccination. Have you gotten vaccinated, and did you plan to get vaccinated? Scott's, who jumped off, JMJ's, and Sue, we've all gotten the vaccination. And Sue mentioned the COVID rash, and we're like, what is COVID rash? I mean, COVID arm. And I thought it was the soreness, and she said it was the rash. I love the theory, indeed, of having stronger immune system. Of course, of course. And even when I heard that, so even when I heard that, that didn't stop me. I was still, I had like cut out because I put more veggies than fruits, but I had cut out for like 2 weeks. I was just doing like berries, because they're the greatest. If you guys don't know, our berries are the greatest source of antioxidants. Like it, and again, I mentioned anti-inflammatory, antioxidants, boost your immune system, support your cells, fight your body against free radicals. Free radicals attack your cells. Your cells are weak and under attack. If it's not, or if it's weak, it's not going to be able to fight back free radicals, right? And that's what antioxidants do. So even when somebody said to me, oh, your immune system is strong, I don't care. I am still going to do it. I was taking turmeric every day, and a little spoonful of turmeric. And at some point, I take a break from turmeric, but for the last 2 weeks, turmeric. I'm drinking my berries full of antioxidants and my seeds and my nuts, and that helps support my immune system. So I'm like, I'm still going to give my body a fighting chance of whatever, getting sick from the shot. And it's just like the cold vaccination. Jessica, not yet. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you plan on getting the vaccination, Jessica? Earlier we were just talking about, why I got it. And, it's not because I'm afraid of COVID, because really if I get it, I get it. I protect myself and I don't want to get it, but I did it for the people around me, right? The people that I work with. I worked every day. I work throughout the entire pandemic in a people industry. I have people in my face all the time, and I'm a leader of people. So I felt like I did it for the people around me. I have two beautiful nieces and a wonderful nephew. He's handsome too. And I did it for them, and my sister and my sister-in-law, my brother. Those are the people who are closest to me. I love being around the kids, and I want to be able to hug on them when I see them. And when I see my sister, I want to be able to be upon her, whatever. And we're kind of a touchy-feely family. So, like Scott was here earlier, he had to jump off, and he mentioned being around his family, and everybody was vaccinated. And that's not another thing in the back of your head, that you're worried about, because everybody around you is vaccinated. So that's why I got it, not for any other reason. Like, if it was just up to me, like, Vila Nessa was on earlier. She said, she's heard some rumors and she decided not to get it, but she's not out and about that much. So, that's fine. Got to go do some filing for. Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Sue. Thank you so much. And thanks for telling us about the COVID arm rash thingy. Yeah, so thank you all. Thank you so much for stopping by. But, those are the reasons why I decided to get it. But what I tell you that I won't get, you guys, is a the flu vaccination. I just don't. And I think, again, the COVID vaccination is slightly different from the flu, because I think when you get the flu shot, hey there. Um, how are you? Yeah, bless up. Yeah, when you get the flu shot, they're actually injecting you, with the flu virus, the strand of that virus that's more dominant in that year. And I just kind of had some issues with that, y'all. I don't know. JMJs or any of you guys get the flu shot? I wear my biohazard suit and I know, right? That's how I feel too, man. Like if I go to the grocery store again, which I hate, I just don't like the grocery store, you guys. I don't know what it is. Like, I love to eat and I love food, but I just don't like the grocery store. But when I have to go to the grocery store because I have to eat, I'm wearing my glasses and I'm putting on two masks. At time I'm afraid of taking the shot. Tell us why. So if you're afraid of taking the shot, tell us why you're afraid of taking the shot. Just give us your opinion. But like, again, I did it and I was a little nervous. The first time I was just like, whatever. And the second time, because I started listening to people, oh, you're healthy, so you're gonna get sick, or your immune system is stronger and it's gonna whatever, whatever. But tell us, kinesthetic confidant, tell us why you are afraid to get it. And Jessica, why do you not want to get it? And just curious, like, I am thought it was harmful. Okay, so why do you think it was harmful? And when I first heard about it, as I mentioned earlier, when I first heard about it, I was like, I ain't getting this mess. Y'all ain't putting this mess in my body. All y'all need to go get it so I can be fine and okay. But the more I've read about it, the more I follow the science, and the more I read, about for myself and the people around me and their experiences, then I decide it's probably the best to do. The effect that it has on others. Like what? Be more specific. Tell us, what what exactly have you heard? Because honestly, I haven't met anyone I know who got really sick from the vaccination, and I just haven't met them. And maybe shit, I don't know. I'll tell y'all tomorrow how I feel. Trust me, I will next Monday, because I'll be doing these live videos every Monday at 1 o'clock, and we can come together and have these types of conversation. But I will let you guys know, if I get sick, I'll be real with you all. I'll let you guys know I got sick from it. And, which is why I wanted to put this out there. I got the second one today. So I'd probably be a day or two. They say it's usually the second day um, that you started having symptoms, if you're going to have symptoms. But honestly, though, kinesthetic confidant, I just haven't really known anyone who get really sick from it. And from my first shot, I was perfectly fine. I went and got the shot and went straight back to work. But, someone mentioned earlier in this very same conversation, it helps to be, healthy, and it helps to be fit. And it's the same way it helps to be healthy and fit to prevent COVID, or to give your body a fighting chance against COVID. That's just how I feel, because where I sit right now, I don't know for a fact that I've had COVID, but I would be very surprised if I probably didn't. I get up and go to work every day, you guys. I'm around people all the time. Like, I would be surprised if I didn't. And maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I protect myself. I try to social distance, but in our spaces, it's not, my office is not that big. And, I'm a leader of people. And time to time, I've had people come into my office. We close the door, and we're having a conversation, but we always wear our masks. So maybe we're just that, maybe we're just that safe, and we're doing all the right things. But none of my staff has gotten COVID. And, I just think it's being safe, doing the right thing, and being healthy. So, if I don't know, for those reasons I decide to get it. But I'm not getting no flu shot, because I'm not going to get the shot every year. It's just one of those things that I'm just not going to do. There's a video on Facebook saying this guy that made the vaccination not taking it. Right. And I mean, that's okay. If he decides to not take it, I think that's fine. But, I think sometimes we do get caught up in, and again, don't get me wrong. I'm just, telling you what I feel, what I think, and I have nothing against people who decide, not to get it. But I just think it's healthy to have these healthy types of conversations with other people, because you get to hear, people's views and opinions, on their whys. But I try to stay away from, these videos that could be controversial, because they skew my way of thinking, and they sometimes skew talking about me, myself, my logic, right? And when I posted a video that um, I posted a video that I am, boosting my immune system, and someone say, well, that may not be the greatest thing, because, for whatever. And I still continue to boost my immune system. I still continue to eat the foods that are going to help my body. If I get the shot, and okay, if my immune system is strong and it's fighting, and it's hi there, stay strong with Nick. Welcome. Did you get the vaccination? That's the conversation we're having. And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. That's fine. We're just having a conversation. Different people. Kinesthetic confidant, where are you from? Sue was here earlier. She's from Canada, and she had it, and had a couple of other people on who had it, and some people say they won't get it, and we're just kind of talking about why or why not. Yeah, so again, I'm not even sure where I was. But I try to stay away from the things, especially on Facebook. Some of this stuff is very, very, very controversial, and some of this stuff is just not true. Okay, not only people over 60 can get it. Oh wow, only people over 60 can get it in Thailand. That's interesting. That is good to know. See, that's why I love these conversations. And because Sue was on here earlier, and Sue was saying in Canada, once you get the first shot, you have to wait 2 months, I believe she said, before you got the second shot. But I think here in the US, I think 2 or 3 weeks after, you can go get the second shot. So, and then in Nick is saying that in Thailand, you have to be over 60. So I'm assuming you're not over 60, right, Nick? I'm just kidding. I know you're not over 60. Is saying, no, Trinidad, that's the Caribbean. Trinidad? What about Trinidad? Oh, Trinidad. Oh, I don't know. Where did I get Thailand from? Oh, Lord Jesus. My eyesight. Maybe I need to take my glasses off. I don't know where the heck I got Thailand from. Dude, I know where the heck Thailand and I definitely know where the heck Trinidad is because I am Jamaican. I don't know where the hell. Where the hell did I get Thailand from? Maybe it's this light. I have a light right here that's coming into my eye, and I'm, trying to read. All righty, Nick. Yeah, so in Trinidad, but that's still interesting though. In the Caribbean, wow. Yeah, I wonder if I don't know if that's that was good, Nick. That was good. But is there Thailand on there somewhere? Y'all please tell me I'm not going crazy. Okay, people over 60 in Trinidad. Okay, he didn't say nothing about I'm Jamaican too. Promote of many we are. Yes, 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 yes. So where in Jamaica are you from? And do you live in the US now or you live in Jamaica? Um yeah, I don't know where I got talent from, you guys. Maybe I need to be eating more. I need to be eating more veggies. I need to be eating more carrots. I don't know where the heck that came from. But yeah, I love how everybody just know each other. This is so amazing. So for anyone who's on here, let's connect with each other. I just find this is, so really, 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 really cool. I've mentioned that a couple of times already in this video, just the fitness world. And I think I started following Jessica from Kirsten's channel. I think Kirsten and I did a live together. Cool story, you guys. So for those of you who know Kirsten, I know Jessica know Kirsten, and Sue, who was on here earlier. So I was going to North Carolina. I live in Atlanta. Reading incorrect. Side effect reading. I know it is. Whatever. Thailand, Trinidad. And I was, yeah, so yeah, right, before the Spartan race. Yeah, Jessica. So, I went out to North Carolina. I'm in Atlanta. I went out to North Carolina to do a Spartan race. And I remember Kirsten was saying she's from North Carolina. So I messaged her on social media and I like, girl, I'm going to be there. Let's get a workout going. And she's like, oh my God, that's amazing. We met up in her home, you guys. I met this chick on YouTube. We met up in her home the day before my race. I, went out there a day before and, she was like, she'll put together a workout. And I'm like, I don't want to kill myself or whatever. So, we went and she put together dynamic stretches and just little body weight exercises or whatever. And it really helped me before my race. Like I felt loose and, was ready to go or whatever the next day, not stiff and, whatever. And, but I just thought that was so amazing. So we met in her home and we did a live video, a workout. And that's where I met Jessica. And, again, the point I'm trying to make it, I just love this fitness, I don't know, collaborations and connections that we have going on. So anyone on here, follow someone, go check out Jessica and my phone, sorry, and go check out Jessica and JMJ's cool guy we met here on YouTube as well, connected over smoothies. We both love smoothies and that helped boost your immune system. And I'm sure JMJ's, that's probably one of the reasons why you had no issues with your symptoms or no symptoms or issues with your COVID vaccination, because like someone mentioned earlier, you're strong, you're fit. And and again, for those people who decide not to get a vaccination, you're fit, not fit, again, not ripped in the stomach and buffed in the arm. You're fit on the inside. And, I just think that's what's going to help, prevent, not prevent COVID. Don't say I said that, because nothing prevents COVID. It doesn't matter how fit or healthy you are. But if you happen to catch COVID, then you won't end up in a ventilator, because you have a fit inside. You eat whole foods that are good antioxidants and anti-inflammatory and what have you. Smoothies are the way to go, for sure. For sure, 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 sure. Like, because, and how I look at it, Nick, is that I would not go out and eat. And my smoothie today was a handful of raspberry, strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, a spoonful of flaxseed, a spoonful of chia seeds, and 2 cups of water. As healthy as I think I am, I probably won't eat that today. I put all of that: raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, flaxseed, chia seeds, and water. How would I otherwise would I get such, all this, say, the smoothie king? Exactly. That's what I call you, the smoothie king. All that together in a meal, and, make it something that I can just drink down that quickly. So, I call myself the smoothie queen. I do. I have if you guys haven't already, if you're on Instagram, you guys go follow me on Instagram, and for those of you, who we follow each other, like, you follow me, I'll follow you. You support me, I'll support you. That's just how I roll. And we just have to keep all this healthy information and these healthy dialogues and conversations, even if we don't agree with each other. Even if you say, oh, I'm not going to get vaccinated, I don't believe, it's okay. You still my friend. I just think vaccination is crap. You're still my friend. Like, I can't judge you because you decide you don't want to get your vaccination. Hey, Nick, on Instagram, I'm Barrett Fitness, and then I also have Barrett Smoothies. So let me see if I can pull it up and show it to you. So if we can follow each other there on Instagram. But let's see what we got here. It's actually, no, sorry, Barrett Nutrition. So that's Barrett Nutrition right there. So you can follow that one. And, these are mainly smoothies that if you can see it, smoothie video, some kind of healthy meal I made, some other healthy meal, but all these smoothie videos. And then the next one is Barrett Fitness. So I'll show you that one as well if you want to go check that out. But that's where I post almost all my smoothie videos. So this one, you see Barrett Fitness right here. I think it has 3 S's on the end. And so that's what it looks like right there. So if you check me out on Instagram, I will come check you out too. And I also do a podcast, you guys. So, Jessica and JMJs, I have to get you guys on my podcast, but, we connect. It's easier to have conversation like DMs. I guess there's not a YouTube DM to DM on YouTube, but, that's why I follow a lot of people on Instagram. That's where, Kirsten and I met on Instagram, and then we started following each other on no, we met on YouTube. Then we started following each other on Instagram, and that's how we're able to kind of connect. And you can send a quick direct message or whatever. And I mean, I know I'm on YouTube, but I'm an Instagram girl. So I have those 2 channels. Actually, I have 3 channels. I have the podcast too. But I've been on Instagram probably ever since Instagram was Instagram. Like, I've been on Instagram a long time, and I have a lot more following on Instagram. A lot of people are more engaged because I've been on Instagram for a while. Actually did fitness and nutrition full time for like 2 years. And that's what I did solely. And I, created I'm not want to say good. I don't have like thousands and thousands of followers, but I have a little bit more clout on Instagram because I really started YouTube in for the pandemic, you know, like everybody, you have a YouTube channel. I posted one video here. 2 years later, I posted another video. I hop on to see, you know, I can't figure something out. YouTube was my go-to for that. But I never really had a YouTube channel until about a year ago. And, you know, that's when I started to really focusing on it in the pandemic. The hotel was really slow, not too much going on at work. Like, you know, everything was pretty much shut down. And that's when I started focusing on YouTube. And that's when I met almost, you know, I mean, all you guys, pretty much everyone. And, you know, every day I get connected and stay connected, you know, with people on Instagram, you know, people from, you know, my birth country of Jamaica, you know, people that I went to college with, you know, in Alabama, and people that I've worked with or whatever, you know, but I've been on here rambling and rambling, but thank you guys for sharing and you know, your opinions on the vaccination. And you know, I always love a healthy conversation. You guys hit that little thumbs up, you know, button for me, and you know, leave a comment on this video. You know, my YouTube friends, you guys, you guys know how it works, and you know, let's continue to support each other, and let's continue to keep the fitness family together, because I just have a problem with, you know, people taking so much medication. And I just feel like in a lot of cases there's just some way that we can get people off of medication, get people a little bit healthier. I just had a conversation, or did a podcast with G Rose Fitness. I don't know if any of you guys, you know, follow him. I met him through Kirsten too, and him and I did a podcast last week, and we spoke about kidney disease. And I don't know if you guys know, but diabetes is one of the probably the number one risk factor of kidney disease. And most of us who are on here are into nutrition and fitness and health or whatever. You know, it's simple sugars. It's just a crappy diet, you know, high blood pressure, you know, too much sodium and processed foods and all that crap in your diet. You know, those are the things that you have those, then those help to contribute and is a risk factor for kidney disease. And I've just learned so much from this guy. So, you know, if you guys, his name is G Rose, Geros. If you guys don't follow him, let me see if I can find him on here, and, you know, just tell him I sent you. You know, you check him out, he will check you out as well. But, you know, that was my last video that I posted. So if you know, you guys haven't check that one out yet, go ahead. And I mean, it just have just a wealth of information. You know, this guy's a nurse, he's a medic in his country, Uganda, and he works with people, you know, patients with kidney disease, and does dialysis. And, you know, he explained the whole dialysis process to me. I was just like in awe, like, you know, you're taking people's blood out and you're filtering it, because the body can't filter it itself, and you put the blood back into them. Like, your body's supposed to be able to do these things, but because of, not in all cases, but in most cases, you know, we have these conditions and these risk factors, you know, that just messes with our kidney. And you know, it was just a great conversation. So, you know, I'd just love to have, you know, a couple of you guys, you know, on my podcast if you are interested. But this is G Rose Fitness right here. If you guys can see that. That's it right there. That's his channel. So if you guys want to, you know, go ahead and follow him. And it was just a great conversation. You know, again, I always say, you know, I act like I know it all, but I know I don't. But I learned a thing or two from, you know, that guy, young guy in his mid-20s, I believe. And, you know, we just all have to stick together to spread the word to help keep people healthy. And if you decide to get the vaccination, hey, I love you. If you decide not to get the vaccination, I love you too. But thank you guys so much. Thank you all so much. Again, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and, you know, leave a comment. And, you know, for those of you all, Nick, we will check each other out on Instagram. And I think I follow Kinesthetic Confidant. I don't know if you and I follow each other. But I will definitely find you and make sure that we are connected here. But thank you guys for joining. I plan on doing one of these videos or live videos every Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time this is where you are, I appreciate you guys for coming to hang out with me today. And I love, love, love you guys. This is only my third live video, you all. Only my third live video. First one 3 weeks ago. And I celebrated 700 subscribers a year ago, you guys, when I decided, thank you, Nick, to focus on YouTube. I had 16 subscribers. So I feel like in a year, I'm up to like 110 or 710 or something like that. I think it's 710. I just think that is actually quite amazing. So, thank you guys for your support. Really, thank all of you for your support, especially I'm up to 7. So if 712. I don't think you guys can see that, but whatever. But we continue to grow with each other, and we continue to share information, and we learn from each other, and we keep these pharmaceutical companies out of our pockets and out of our bodies with their poison that they're giving us. And even the vaccination pharmaceutical companies, like whatever, there's so many theories about all this stuff, but that's for another conversation. So thank you guys so much. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Let's connect with each other, and let's stay healthy and fit, and get your ass up and move, you all. That is my slogan. If you don't know, or you did not know, now you know. Get your ass up and move. That's my slogan. Go for a walk, go for a jog, go for a bike. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do what all the other fitness person you see do. Just get your ass up and move, you all. So until next time, my people, peace out, you guys. Thank you so much. See you all next Monday at 1 o'clock. I will be right here. Have a good one, y'all.